So basically it will use only one 6th level spell slot, but you will target 2 targets and they became just ash piles. We just go and put all other missiles to this dude and... Hail and matches adventurers, welcome to the world of Baldurs Gate 3. It's me, the Spud King, and I greet you on my Wild Magic Sorcerer build. So, today we're making Sorcerer with subclass of Wild Magic, and I will show you build from level 1 to level 12 with a lot of spells that this class can do, and it's very fun class. So, what is Wild Magic? You will get additional action Dice of Chaos, and you can activate it to gain advantage on your next attack roll, so you most probably will hit this attack roll on ability check or saving throw, but this will increase chances of Wild Magic Surge afterwards. And what is Wild Magic Surge? Basically your powers come from ancient forces of chaos. They churn within you, waiting to burst free at any time, and when you having these advantages, you will sometime hit this wild magic stuff, and there's a lot of effects. Some of them will be very good and reliable to you, some of them very random and actually can destroy whole party, your party. Once upon a time I got my fireball doing healing damage instead of normal damage, and that was crazy. So that was like best healing spell in the whole game. Sometimes you don't need fireball to heal you, you need to inflict damage. That's why Wild Magic Sorcerer is unpredictable, therefore unreliable, and therefore ineffective. But it's a lot of fun. So, first of all, we need to pick our race. For Sorcerer, I recommend picking Elf for free cantrip, for dark vision, for nice movement speed, or very nice pick will be Tiefling, because Tiefling got some resistance to fire damage, dark vision 2, nice movement speed, and unlocks a lot of stuff when level up. Additionally, Tieflings got nice cantrips. Technically, every race can be a nice sorcerer. For example, Dragonborn, very good sorcerer with additional spells from Dragon. But today we will make in Dwarf sorcerer for this build. And we're going for Shield Dwarf. Shield Dwarf will give us proficiency in armors and most importantly, medium armor. This is like strong armor, so why not to use medium armor on our sorcerer? Because our sorcerer is so unreliable, we want to actually have some protection. So when we pick sorcerer, we will get access to 4 cantrips. For my build, we will stick with 1 range cantrip. You can use Ray of Frost or Firebolt. We will use Firebolt for now. And 1 melee cantrip. Shocking Grasp works just as nice. Some utility cantrip you can use Mage Hand or Minor Illusion, just like me, whatever you like more. And because we're playing Dwarf, Dwarfs don't have this dark vision, maybe sometimes we will need it. So Dancing Lights is nice pick. Then we got access to 2 spells. And there's large variety of spells, but for spells we want to pick Magic Missile for nice reliable source of damage. And for secondary spell on first level, it actually doesn't matter too much. You can pick Shield to increase your armor class whenever you get hit by your enemy, and it works until long rest, so very nice stuff. But it's reaction and uses level 1 spell slot. In critical situations, very nice spell. Another good picks will be Sleep to basically put your enemies into sleep, or Chunder Wave. It's nice melee spell, so you can use it to shove away your enemies. So, next up, Background. Background, pick whatever you like, or just for my build again, we pick Criminal. Again, we're playing Sorcerer, very wild Sorcerer, very unreliable Sorcerer. So sometimes we need some stealthy stuff. That's why with Criminal we get proficiency in stealth checks and in deception. And with my abilities, we're going a lot of abilities into dexterity. We will have nice times when we want to go and have some stealthy stuff going on. So picking skills, pick whatever you like. I pick Persuasion because I like to use it sometime, but it doesn't matter. So what does matter is your ability distribution. So let me check this off. We got nothing into Strange, we don't need it as Sorcerer. We got 14 into Dexterity for our armor class, and some saving throws, and for stealthy checks we got some Constitution, 15 Constitution exactly, so it's like maximum. We don't need any intelligence. We can have a little bit of wisdom, for example 10, because wisdom is like main source of saving throws, so it's always nice to have a little bit of wisdom. And max out charisma, because charisma is our primary ability to cast our spells, so it will add more spell slots, it will give us more damage to our spells, and we will have +2 into charisma and +1 into constitution. Just like that, our sorcerer is ready to go. So our wild sorcerer is ready to go. And how to start your game on level 1. So what I actually recommend? I recommend you to know what to do and what to use. So when you find your enemies, you can basically use your range magic missile spell, and it will give you ability to fire 3 magic missiles. You can fire them on 1 target, on 3 targets, depending on what you want to do. And just like that, you will lose your spell slots. So you got 2 spell slots on level 1, and that means you can use only 2 magic missiles in 1 fight in 1 day. Or in 2 fights in 1 day. But when you want to recharge the slots, you need to go and take long rest, because short rest won't regain this. Long rest means you need to go to the camp. If you lose your all spells, it's not a big deal, because you still got Firebolt, which is 1d10 from 1 to 10 damage, very nice spell. And if someone comes near you, you will have disadvantage on range spells. So if you got, for example, chances of hitting your enemy like 90%, if they come near you, you will have only 30%. That's when you want to use Shocking Grasp. It's melee spell, so you just go and shock enemies in melee range. And cantrips, not using any spell slots, so you can use them how much you like, however you like. If you're in a dark area and you got disadvantage because your target in a dark, use dancing lights in advance, so these dancing lights will light up area and remove this darkness disadvantage. And if you want to just provoke enemies, deceive them, distract them, use minor illusion to create something. Most of the time it will create just cat. I don't know why it's always cat, but it's okay. So that's what you want and what you can do on level 1. But most importantly, when you're playing this sorcerer, go into this menu. Just press I, go to spellbook and to reactions. And you will have this Tides of Chaos reaction. Make sure you have Ask checked. So it will ask you, do you want to use Tides of Chaos? Because sometimes you don't want to use this wild magic search. It can appear anytime, anywhere, but if you don't need this, like advantage on attack roll or ability check, just skip it and don't use it. And to skip it, you want to have this checked. Same goes for shield. You don't want to lose your spell slots when casting your shield. And Sorcerer doesn't use any prepare spell mechanics, so you got all your spells prepared, and I guess it's time to go and show you how you level up until level 3. So, Sorcerer level 2. And we unlock our class features, Sorcery Points. With Sorcery Points, you can create spell slots, or vice versa, you can create Sorcery Points. And you can use Sorcery Points, again, to create Sorcery Points, or to create spell slots, or to use additional cool stuff. More on that later. You will get 1 more spell to choose, and because we play in Dwarf with medium armor proficiency, we don't need this mage armor right now. So we can pick Sleep, we can pick Burning Hands or Chromatic Orb, depending on what you want to have. I suggest to picking like Chromatic Orb, it's really funny and versatile spell. Then we get class passives. So this class passives is meta magic, and that's where you can use your sorcery points. You can have 2 meta magic spells. Careful spell will give your allies automatic succeed saving throws against spells that require them. So this is like a reaction spell, and it will use sorcery points. I don't like it because I want to have more fun, so nice ability to have fun is meta magic twin spell, and every spell that can target only 1 creature at a time can target additional creature with twin spell. So if you want to split your fireball into fireballs, you can use this meta magic. This meta magic will double duration of conditions, summons and surfaces caused by spells, but we won't use them a lot as our awesome dwarf sorcerer, so distance spell is nice. We will increase range of spells, and that's good because we got lowest movement speed of all races as dwarf, so having distance spell in our meta magic is nice. On level 3 we'll get level 2 spell slot, You will get additional sorcery points, additional level 1 spell slot, you will gain 1 spell, and you can replace spell for now. So additional spells will be spells from level 2 already. Detect Thoughts is nice spell if you want to roleplay a lot and think a lot, but if you want to fight a lot, then use Cloud Daggers. You will get 1 more meta magic and there's a lot more spells to choose. Subtle Spell will give you ability to cast spells while silenced, and for example, if you or your party member using silence spell, it can be very useful, so you can stand in a silenced circle and cast your spells. But for our build we will use Quicken Spell, and spells that cost action will cost bonus action instead. Very cool stuff, and you can cast 2 spells per turn. That's very crazy and really wild. So right now we can actually use replace spell. So what are we not using? Maybe you're not using shield a lot, maybe you're not using chromatic orb. So you can choose and change chromatic orb for another spell, for example hold person if you need a nice like control spell, or scorching ray if you want more damaging like spells and other stuff. So why not to use scorching ray, for example. And let's go into the fight. But just before the fight, let me show you how you can use your sorcery points. So with sorcery points, you've got 3 sorcery points, you can create your spells. So for example, we can use 3 sorcery points to create spell slot level 2, or 2 sorcery points to create spell slot level 1. You can do it as bonus action in the fight, but I recommend to do it before the fight. But another cool feature, you can use your spell slots to create sorcery points instead. So for example, you can use like 3 sorcery points from 3 spell slots of level 1, do it prior to fight, so just 1, 2. Let's do it one more time, and we got 6 sorcery points right now, and as level 3 already we can create spell slot number 2, and we can create spell slot number 2 one more time, and just like that we got 4 spell slots of level 2, and we can create, for example, sorcery points to use our meta magic for fun. Just like that. So that's just crazy. That's just crazy stuff, and possibilities are just endless what you can do as sorcerer. So Cloud of Daggers is like circle AoE spell that will zone enemies and damage them inside. Scorching Ray is like almost magic missile. You fire 3 Scorching Rays and they will do fire damage. So we got nice and versatile build. And in a fight as sorcerer like this, we can just go in the middle of the fight and cast our Scorching Rays on these enemies. It's like very strong, very cool spell. Just like that. We won the fight. Yeah. And for example, you can use your sorcery points, just press on twin spell and use this firebolt on 2 targets simultaneously, just like that. So let's level up more and finish our build. Level 4 sorcerer, gaining 1 more spell slot, gaining sorcery points. Most importantly, you will gain 1 more cantrip, so now you can pick whatever you wanted but have not picked. So Mage Hand is nice. Additional spells of level 2, you can pick whatever you like. Hold person is nice pick. And you can replace spell if you want. So god feats for our sorcerer will be Warcaster to keep our concentration going on, Spell Sniper to increase damage of our spells if we critical strike with them, Elemental Adept if you find yourself of casting some spells, so maybe you're not following my build with variety of spells, or you just casting only fireballs, for example, then go Elemental Adept Fire, and vice versa for other elements. But at first feat I recommend Quicken Resilient Charisma to increase your Charisma to +1. I don't know why they're not working, maybe they broken only in my game right now, so it should give you +1 Charisma to a total of 18. Or it's nice feat is Actor, it will give you +1 Charisma too, and you will have proficiency in Deception and Performance. So if you like to roleplay a lot, why not to pick Actor? That's our feat of choice. Then we go to level 5. Again, additional spell slot, additional sorcery points. That will be like always a future. But now we gain spell slots level 3. So for level 3, I recommend to get always Fireball. It's just nice and really cool spell. And now we can replace some spells. So for example, maybe we don't need Cloud of Daggers right now because we got Fireball. It's already a very nice zoning tool. So we lose our Cloud of Daggers and we change it to Lightning Bolt or Fly, depending on what you want. If you want to move freely in a battle, pick Flight, but I like to inflict a lot of damage, so that's why we pick Lightning Bolt, and we got already 2 level 3 spells. And as Sorcerer, of course, we can create more spell slots, that's why it's very nice to have a lot of cool and strong spells. So level 6 we get additional action, it's Bent Luck, we giving a target 1d4 bonus or penalty to attack rolls, saving throws or ability checks with our sorcery points. We're getting 1 more spell, so for now we can pick Fly finally and go to level 7 of course, and it will unlock our spells from level 4. So for levels 4 spells, you can pick Dimension Door to have ability to teleport in the fight, and you can use this ability with your ally, so you can teleport with someone nearby. And another good picks will be Wall of Fire if you like fire damage, Ice Storm because we don't have a lot of icy spells right now, or Blight to have some reliable source of necrotic damage and really high damage, so that's why I pick in Blight this time. Next up, level 8, sorry. We're getting 1 more spell, and right now we can pick Ice Storm finally. We can replace some spell, but actually this lineup of spells is very useful, so we don't need to replace them. And we can finally pick our feat, and right now we want to pick Ability Improvement and dump everything into Charisma, so you should have 20 Charisma on level 8 already. Level 9, we get our spell slots of level 5. For level 5, I like Insect Plague, Cloud Kill, or Cone of Cold, whatever you like. So best damage will be from Cone of Cold, but Cloud Kill is very nice and reliable spell too. So we go into our next level, level 10. We gain 1 more cantrip, and it doesn't matter what you want, so you can pick light to have some light stuff, or friends to have nice interactions and gain advantage on charisma checks in dialogues. So just for role-playing purposes, friends is nice. Then we pick in our spells, and Insect Plague for example, or Cone of Cold, because we got another concentration spell which is Cloud Kill, so we don't need to pick between Insect Plague and Cloud Kill. So for class passives we get 1 more meta magic. And now we can pick Careful Spell, for example, to have automatic succeed on saving throws, because on higher level it's more useful than on lower levels. And we're going to our next level 11, and our Sorcerer will get 1 more spell and new subclass Future, of course. So we now get Controlled Chaos. Foes may suffer Wild Magic Surge while casting spells near you, and that means basically that sometimes this Wild Magic Surge can trigger on your enemies, and that's really crazy wild stuff that can happen on the battlefield, especially when you're fighting some mages. So on this level you will get unlocked level 6 spells. And for level 6 spells I recommend just stick with the Chain Lightning. And you can replace some spell, for example, maybe you're not using Shield right now, maybe you just forgot it, or why you need Lightning Bolt because you got another new lightning spell, so just forget your Lightning Bolt and change it for Disintegrate, for example. Really strong spell that inflicting from 50 to 100 damage, and this is force damage, least resistant damage in the game, and if it reduces target to 0 hit points, it disintegrates into crumbly ash. Very funny stuff actually, and I guess we go into our last level of this game, level 12. So max level Sorcerer, we gain 1 more spell. And this spell can be Globe of Invulnerability to just be invulnerable to your targets. You can have Circle of Dash for nice necrotic damage, Arcane Gate to have teleports, basically whatever you like from this spell list. I would pick Globe of Invulnerability, and it's really nice and strong spell. We don't need to change anything, I like our lineup. And our final stuff can be Warcaster to have advantage on concentration spells, or you can go into ability improvement and just dump +2 into constitution for more HP and for better constitution saving throws too. So whatever you like. And just like that, we're going to show you this late game monster, this level 12 Sorcerer. So just look, we got a lot of reactions, so you will be asked about them a lot. So we got a lot of spells, a lot of meta magics, and for example Disintegrates that can target only 1 person. We can use Twin spell, and now we can use Disintegrate on 2 targets at the same time, of level 5 for example, and do some crazy stuff with our magic. So let me just show you these magic skills, how they works. You just go and cast Globe of Invulnerability in the start of the fight if you need it, and you just stay in this globe. You can't take any damage when you stand inside of it, and then you just stay inside and cast some Scorching Rays, just having fun. You can hold person if it's like enemy target. You can cast fireballs just from inside of this globe while you're being invulnerable. You can do Ice Storm, it's like a large radius, icy surface, so enemies will have hard time traveling on ice, and you can, while they having hard time traveling on ice, just go and use your Cloud Kill. It's concentration spell, so you will need to keep concentration, but while enemies on ice, they will probably fall prone, and this Cloud Kill will inflict a lot of damage to them. So you just enter this cloud and it already doing some damage, doing from 5 to 40 damage. And while they inside, they prone, they on ice, you just spam them with fireballs. Something like that. Something like that is our Sorcerer play loop. What I like about Sorcerer is that Sorcerer is actually playing with not a lot of spells. Wizard just got a lot more crazy spell count, and you know, it's crazy to just go and find spell you need. But for Sorcerer, it's just totally fine. You just go, use your spells, and it's easier to find, it's easier to learn, and very cool and funny class. So let's go into the fight and I show you how you can play it and how we can actually start it as high level Sorcerer. First of all, you need to just find what is like best part of this battlefield where you want to go, and basically most of the time you want to start with the fly action and go and fly to some like safe space, safe area, maybe some high ground, and then start doing your stuff from over there. But for now, I will just show you what you can do. So if you just in the fight and you're okay with your position, you can use Twin spell, and just like that you can use this 6th level spell Disintegrate on 2 targets. So basically it will use only one 6th level spell slot, but you will target 2 targets and they became just ash piles. And now Wild Magic Surge activated until end of our next turn, and we got a really nice Wild Magic sorcery points. Each spell we cast restores sorcery points equal to its spell slot level. So, but we can use Meta Magic Quicken spell to have our spells use bonus action instead of action. So we just casted level 6 spell 2 times just in one turn, and now we can cast level 5 spell again in one turn. So let's just go find level 5 spells that we can cast on this dude. And don't forget, we can upcast any spells, almost any spells, and we can use, for example, Magic Missile upcasted to level 5. This will add a lot of more missiles, so they will inflict a lot of damage, and we can cast on this imp to kill him in one turn. And magic missiles hit 100% of the time, so we just go and put all other missiles to this dude, and just like that we did insane amount of damage. So just in one turn, Sorcerer doing so crazy amount of stuff. Sadly this imp somehow survived. And now we get left only 3 sorcery points, so we're going to cast our level 5 Cloud Kill on everyone standing on this area, and ending our turn. We got attacked by enemy, so we can use our reaction, and Lesser Imp needs 12 to hit as they rolled 16, so we can use level 1 shield reaction, and he just missed us. Very useful stuff. So as you can see, everyone standing in this cloud, everyone is really disappointed on this, and somehow we haven't restored any sorcery points. Why? Because maybe I got like a little bit like bugged game right now. I mean, way I'm leveling characters is really bugged and maybe not working properly, but it should work in the game. And that's your max level sorcerer in a fight. Really crazy controlling mage, really funny with a lot of different stuff from Wild Magic, and I hope you enjoyed this build, I hope you enjoyed this video, and a lot of good videos on the screen right now. Make sure to check pinned comment. See you in the next videos, guys.